Hello everyone, it's Cam. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to do another first times lessons video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. The last one was at the end of 2022, so that's 4 months now. Well, nearly 4 months now. I kept delaying this video because I hadn't found enough material to listen to yet, and I was still looking for new material to do for these videos. So managed to find quite a few. There's a couple from the last edition which I meant to show but completely forgot. These ones are listens from January, February and March of this year, 2023. So this is the first one of 2023. But we're going to just get down to it anyway. We're going to start with some CDs, 4 CDs and some albums. So first one up is Setlist, the very best of Elvis Presley live. I got this over Christmas. This is a 2013 or 2011 CD of various live recordings. A lot of great performances on here from like the International Hotel in August of 1969 and August of 1970. I really like the versions of Blue Suede Shoes, That's Alright, The Wonder of You, Are You Lonesome Tonight. The version of American Trilogy and Burning Love are both from the Aloha from Hawaii album. And the version of Suspicious Minds is good as well, as is In the Ghetto. That's a great version of that song. And Can't Help Falling in Love as well. So this is a great, really good CD with a great cover as well. I really like this CD, it's a really good listen. Then we have Elvis, An Afternoon in the Garden. This is 1997 release. This is a CD of Elvis's 1972, June 10th, 1972, Madison Square Garden afternoon show. The evening show was released in 72, but that one did not get a release until 1997. This is a really great performance as the tracks. I prefer this one a bit more to the evening show, which was released as Elvis as recorded at Madison Square Garden. I like the versions of American Trilogy, Suspicious Minds, Can't Help Falling in Love. But the whole performance is a great performance as well. He does more songs on this CD than he does on at Madison's the album that was released in the evening show. He does a lot more songs in this one. It's one of the things I like about it. This is a great CD. Next one up for us is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with Live at the Fillmore 1997. This is the double disc edition. This is a 2-disc set of material from Tom Petty's 1997 residency at the Fillmore, taken from 6 shows. They did like, I think 20, but only 6 of those were professionally recorded. So this is ones from the ones that were recorded. I really liked a lot of the ones in here. I really liked Jammin' Me, the versions of Jammin' Me, Listen to Her Heart. The version of Time Was on My Side, which was originally the Rolling Stones. They did a lot of great rarities like Heartbreakers Beach Party, Angel Dream, The Wild One Forever. But they did the great performances of American Girl and Running Down a Dream, Free Fallin', Mary Jane's Last Dance. They even have guest appearances from Roger McGuinn and John Lee Hooker, which is really good as well. So yeah, great release, and these performances are just great to listen to. Great CD from 2022, so just November. Next is Paul McCartney, Good Evening New York City, double disc set, really great live album. This came out in 2009. This is taken from a recording that Paul of when he opened Citi Field in New York. Citi Field had originally been Shea Stadium, where the Beatles had did their big 1965 show, which was seen as one of the biggest show histories in stadium rock. And then Shea Stadium was closed and demolished, and then they reopened it as Citi Field. It's a great performance. They did 3 nights from July of 2009, and during one of the shows, Billy Joel made a guest appearance, and I saw her standing there, and that's a really good version. And also the versions are Here Today, Long and Winding Road, Drive My Car, the version of A Day in the Life, and then he does Give Peace a Chance, which was originally John Lennon. So yeah, really, really great live performance. Great CD. Paul's voice sounds great on this one. Paul's voice has always sounded good, but on this voice it sounds really great. I know in recent times people said, oh, his voice doesn't sound as good anymore. But when I saw him back in 2018, he still had a great voice. Okay, now the vinyl. Now the first 2 were meant to be in the December video, but forgot to show them. So I'm going to show them again. Anyway, here's The Drifters, 24 original hits. Now the Drifters were originally a group. Started off in the 1950s, but they became popular in the 60s, and I bought this double LP just before Christmas. It's a really great album. I'd known of the hits like Saturday Night at the Movies and Under the Boardwalk because I played them on my radio show on the local station, and really like those songs because a friend of mine, when we go swimming on a Wednesday, we would hear the Drifters in his car, on his car USB sticks. That'd be quite good to hear. And I really liked some new songs I was hearing for the first time, like Dance With Me, Some Kind of Wonderful, Save the Last Dance for Me. On Broadway I'd known as well, because I played that on the radio. They do good versions of Sweet Caroline and Down on the Beach Tonight. A lot of great ones on here. Ones I'd never heard of before, and they were really good. This is kind of all I really need on the Drifters, so this double LP really covers it. It's a great album, really good album, I really enjoyed it. Then we have Keith Richards, Talk Is Cheap, his 1988 solo debut. It's not bad, it was quite good. Can't remember much about it, but it was quite good. I liked, I'm trying to remember what song I liked. I liked Big Enough, Take It So Hard, How I Wish was good. Kind of need to listen to it again to kind of get a refresher of this album, but it wasn't bad, it was quite good. So that's the December listens, which I was meant to include in that video but forgot. Now on to January. Elvis, recorded live on stage in Memphis, a 1974 live album. Not bad, it was quite good, but again, I really liked the big medley, that was quite good. Trying to Get to You is another great one that he does live. That's one he didn't do live too often, but it was one that he would do on occasions. He does a song called Help Me, which was the Johnny Cash one that he did on American 5 and on the Gospel Road. It's quite short, but it's not a bad live album. It's quite good. Nice cover. The thing I don't like is the closing vamp plays, and then the announcers like Elvis is left for Graceland. I like that kind of spin, but I don't like the fact they kind of put the Elvis is left for Graceland bit over the music closing vamp, and they cut the also Sprash Zarathustra theme, which was the theme music for Elvis' show, starting before the do-do-do kind of tune that would, when he would walk on stage, starts. It just doesn't have that, but not bad, quite good, but getting to listen to it again and get a refresher. This is one I really enjoyed. Elvis, just the second album. This is Rock and Roll number 2. Really great second album, I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed this one a bit more over the first one, released in 1956. I like to Rip It Up, Love Me When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again. First in Line I know is not a favourite of many, but it's one that I like. Paralyzed is good as well. So Glad You're Mine is okay, but it was a left off from the first album. He does Old Ship on here, which, it's alright, but it's not a favourite of mine. Just not been too keen on that one. Ready Teddy's great. How's the World Treating You is a great song. And then How Do You Think I Feel is another great one. So yeah, really great second album. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, I enjoyed this one over the first one a bit more, but great listen. Really great second album. And then we have Loving You, 1957. This is half songs from the film, and the other half is songs not included in the film, so like a studio album in a sense. I really liked Mean Woman Blues, Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, known from the hits, as had the title track. Got a Lot of Living to Do, Party's great, a lot of great ones on here. True Love was pretty good, Blueberry Hill. Have I Told You Lately That I Love You is a good song, and I Need You So. So yeah, not a bad album, quite a good album. 1957, Loving You by Elvis. Okay, that's it for Elvis. Now we're going to Elton John. This is his second self-titled album, released in 1970. His first one was called Empty Sky, which was it didn't really go or do anywhere, but this album really sort of propelled Elton to the world and gave Elton the kind of recognition, because this had the hit Your Song on it, and that's a song that I love, and I think that's a great song. I really like No Shoestrings on Louise as well. Take Me to the Pilot. 60 Years On is a great one as well. Border Song, Greatest Discovery. A lot of really great ones on this album. This is a great album. This album really, like I said, really got people's attention on Elton John, especially in America. And it was America where he became known first, and then after his Troubadour appearance, he got really big in Britain, in a way. So yeah, really great, really good album. I really enjoyed this one. I think I enjoyed this one a bit more over Empty Sky. Empty Sky's good, but I think this was a bit preferable. Next is Elvis Paradise Hawaiian Style, 1966 soundtrack album. Not bad, it was quite good. I liked the title track. Dayton was pretty good. House of Sand was alright. This Is My Heaven was pretty good. Again, one that I can't really remember too much. One that I really kind of need to listen to again. It's a good album, but I kind of need to give it another listen to give it another refresher. But I do like that cover. It's a really nice picture. This is 1966. This one was actually a little better. It Happened at the World's Fair soundtrack. Pretty good album. I really liked They Remind Me Too Much of You, One Broken Heart for Sale, Take Me to the Fair was good, I'm Falling in Love Tonight, How Would You Like to Be, and Happy Ending was good. Another really great album, 1963, so it'll be 60 years old quite soon. Yeah, really, really, really good album, really enjoyed it. I think I prefer this one a bit more over, Paradise Hawaiian Style. This is one of Elvis's good soundtrack albums, I think. I like it. I like this, Spin Out, yeah, I like a lot of the soundtrack albums. They're okay, they're good. I know some people don't like them as much, but I think they're pretty good. Next is Van Halen 2, the second album from 1979. Been into second albums lately. This is a really good album, I really enjoyed it. I like Dance the Night. I know the songs are not the actual songs in the back, so I'll need to read them off the label because they're the actual songs. You're No Good was good, Dance the Night Away was good, Out of Love Again, Light Up the Sky was good, Women in Love and Beautiful Girls, Spanish Fly is pretty good. See, a lot of really good ones of this album. I think I preferred this one a bit more over the first album. The first album was good, but I think I liked this one a bit more. It had a bit more punchier sound to it, a bit more rockier vibe to it. This one's a really great second album. First one's great, like I say, but this is a great second one. Kind of need to get a bit more of Van Halen, listen to a bit more of Van Halen, because I haven't heard too much of their albums, but those ones are really good. The ones I've heard so far have been pretty good. Then we have Bruce Springsteen, High Hopes from 2014. I had the CD of this for years and listened to the vinyl of it recently, so it's a really pretty good album. I like the title track, Harry's Place, American Skin, 41 Shots, Down in the Hole, Frankie Fell in Love, The Wall is really good, Dream Baby Dream, This Hunter, The Invisible Game. A lot of these songs were kind of like outtakes he done in like the 1990s and 2000s, and he does a re-recording of The Ghost of Tom Joad as well, which is a 1995 album. Pretty good album, I quite like this one. It's not a bad album, it's quite good. As I say, yeah, not bad, quite good. I think I prefer some of his modern albums. I do like some of his recent albums. I really like Letter to You and Only the Strong Survive and Devils and Dust. And I also quite like Western Stars, that's a really good one. Magic and Working on a Dream are both really good albums. So some of his 2000 stuff from 2002's Horizon has been pretty good. The only one I haven't really heard him too much is the Seeker Sessions. That one I kind of need to listen to, but I think I've nearly heard all of Bruce's 2000 albums with this one. Next one is Potluck with Elvis, a really great album. I really like this one, 1962. I liked Kiss Me Quick, Just for Old Time's Sake, Something Blue, Suspicion, I Feel That I've Known You Forever, That's Someone You Never Forget. A lot of great songs off this record. Definitely one of Elvis's great studio albums. I really like this Moody Blue. The first two albums are great. What else have I heard? Some of the soundtrack albums are quite good. So yeah, not bad. Some of the Elvis ones I've actually heard so far have been quite good. Next we have How Great Thou Art. I think it's in the wrong order. I'm not sure. But anyway, we have How Great Thou Art. A really great gospel album. This is a gospel album, but it's one that I really like a lot. 1967. I like the title track. Where No One Stands Alone. The hit single Crying in the Chapel was great as well. Stand By Me was great. A lot of great songs of this record. I really like this one. I really like the production of it. I really like the kind of feel to it, the gospel feel to it. I'm not a very religious person personally, but I do really like this album. I really like this sound. Now, some fans are going to let me sing this from Elvis in Memphis. This is a great album. This was released in 1969. I really liked Only the Strong Survive, Any Day Now. This hit single In the Ghetto was great as well. What else? True Love Travels on the Gravel Road is quite good as well. Oh, is there something where you twist it, you turn it? I think that might be it. Not sure, but again, a really great album. I know this is one of most people's favorite Elvis albums, and this is definitely a fantastic album. I will say, 1969 from Elvis in Memphis. Again, a great cover as well. Yeah, definitely up there as one of my favorite Elvis albums as well. I know it's up there with most people's favorite. Fantastic album. And the last one is Elvis in Person at the International Hotel and Back in Memphis, from Memphis to Vegas. I listened to this half first in January, February, and this half at the end of March. Live album was great. I really like the performance of Suspicious Minds and Can't Help Falling in Love and In the Ghetto, Now You're Lonesome Tonight. He does Johnny Be Good as well on here, and he did a medley of Mystery Train and Tiger Man on several occasions in Vegas, which is quite good. I really love the live side, and from the Back in Memphis side, a record I really like, Inherit the Wind, a little bit, and The Grass Won't Pay No Mind, The Fear's Moving On, Without Love There Is Nothing. I think I like both from it, and Back in Memphis is seen as like a sequel to From Elvis in Memphis, and they're both great, From Elvis in Memphis and Back in Memphis. They're both great albums, and this one's a great one as well. And when they were reissued later on in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, not so much over here, but in the US, they put them as two separate albums for some reason. Not sure why they would do that, but maybe it would make sense to put them out as two separate albums, but maybe at the time it made sense to make them into a one package rather than two separate albums, because, you know, well, probably for cost or something like that. I'm not too sure why they did that, but they did. So that's it for this first time listens video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. There will hopefully be another vinyl update, because I've got quite a few vinyls in recently. I've bought quite a bit recently. And I really hope to do more album reviews and more kind of look back at some of the parts of people's careers in a way. And even one series I've been thinking of doing is like a discography review, where I go over an entire artist's discography and talk about the album and what was going on at the time with the album. And maybe do, for the Beatles, I might even think of, yesterday I had a good idea in my mind. I had an idea to do a Beatles a year in review series, where I review every year of the Beatles career from maybe 1962 up to their split in 70, and kind of talk about the Beatles career years as a group. Maybe do solo years, it depends really, but that's kind of an idea of what I'm thinking for the channel as of recent. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if this is the first time you've seen my channel, like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more content. I really would like to do more content. I hope to upload more content as the kind of year goes on and the kind of weeks go on. So yeah, we'll see you next time.